Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's version of the Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Nick from the Phoenix Press, and joining me is the very Snyderific Jared.
Tell me, do you bleed?
Fuck off, honest.
So tonight we have a very kind of special presentation. We're going to be ranking some crap. But before that, we kind of have some breaking news. Something that I think all the anti-Snyder fans, to them we say,
You didn't see that coming?
That fits so well.
So this was accidentally leaked. So a tram tour caught Ben Affleck hanging out with Jason Momoa on the set of Aquaman 2, and my reaction is this.
Change my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
Yep, it's official. Batman's gonna be in Aquaman 2, and the copium is so strong.
The Batfleck Batman.
I guess you could say it's the real Batflex.
Yeah, exactly. He's got his bat
is
pecs,
bat flexing.
and he's exercising his bat pecs. But so a lot of people are saying, well, this doesn't guarantee the Snyderverse is coming back. I'm like, no, but here's the thing. Ben Affleck for the longest time has said, "Oh, I'm done playing Batman," but he chose to come back. He could have said no, and then they could have just cut out that entire scene, because from what I heard, it's just a 5-second cameo.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sure all the antis are like,
Oh shit. Here we go again.
sorry, I got some new clips and I'm just having fun with them.
No, you should. That's great.
But yeah, so we'll be going into a lot of this in more detail in Jared's show tomorrow.
Mhm.
So that's going to be pretty fun.
Oh yes, it will. I plan on having quite a few of nerdy freakouts.
Of course!
Because the best version of Batman ever is coming back, baby.
Now, that we do have a bit of a disagreement there, because I'm a Keaton fan. Batfleck is cool. I like Batfleck. He's really easy. I like him as Batman, but I'm always going to be a Keaton fan. So
He was
politely
good
disagree.
for his movie. Let me put it this way: compared to Christian Bale, I would count, but of the modern Batman, Ben Affleck is better than Christian Bale. He's.
Fuck off, honest.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna pick that one.
You're just setting it
Well,
up.
at least
You're
my
like,
Batman isn't old,
Fuck off, honest.
and at least my Batman isn't being exploited for nostalgia purposes.
Fuck off, honest.
I love how we just subconsciously turned it into a bit.
Yeah, it definitely is. To the point where when you put that tweet out, that's just that meme, I just started laughing.
It really is a thing now.
Fuck off, honest.
I have, and I guarantee you, when the DC execs heard about it, they were like,
What?
Yeah, when Hamada found out, when all the anti-Snyder people, they were like, "Oh no!" But here's the question I want to pose to you real quick before we move on to the main topic, and I'll pose this again tomorrow. I just want to get a little tease. So we know that the reason why Ben Affleck is coming back is because The Flash was delayed post Aquaman. Now the question is, let's say Ezra does something crazy again, and they have to significantly delay the movie. In other words, like maybe shelve the movie. What happens to the DCEU?
okay, here's kind of like, I agree with what you say. It's just kind of a small detail that I got to correct. It's not a matter of if, but when.
Yeah, because at this point, if Ezra keeps doing stuff, they're gonna. It doesn't matter if they're committed to releasing the movie, like in theaters. It's gonna end up happening this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the question is what happens to the DCU because so much of it is hinging on the Flash.
Yeah, except it turns out Ezra Miller is not the speedy kind of Flash. He's the guy with a trench coat kind of Flash. I'm really sorry for that image. I am really sorry. Actually, I'm not. And
I regret nothing!
I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So now that we've kind of gotten that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, let's kind of just jump right into the fun now, shall we?
And this is fun. This is interesting, Nick, because my current the topic of the video I recorded today with Moby's Gaming was making a Superman game.
Speaking of which, let's just kind of put that right at the bottom.
No. Put that in good. Put that in good. I'm gonna explain why.
Honestly, from all I hear, I'm gonna put it in math.
All right, that's a good compromise. Here's why I like that game. One of the issues with making a Superman game is that you have to deal with someone that's invulnerable. What that game did is it made it so the city is his health.
Like, what's funny is whenever people talk about that game, that's the only thing they talk about from that game. And while it's a good idea and it's definitely worthy of talking about, that is the only thing people talk about that game. Everything else, nobody talks about. So to me, it seems like a mediocre game with like one really good idea. That's basically my impression of it.
The problem with that game is that, okay, so it's a free roam game and like supervillains would occasionally show up that you have to fight, but they don't show up fast enough. So you'll just be flying around for like an hour. And I mean that, an hour, and nothing would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
for the most part, it's not horrible at all. In fact, it's one of my it's one of my favorite games for that reason, because they had such an innovative way of handling an invulnerable character, and you could play as Bizarro.
That's interesting. So, kind of moving on to the next one, I'd say Hulk Ultimate Destruction. I put it in the good tier because it's a good game because like good is like the best of the best. Like you want a GOAT game, you know. It's not Matt, you know.
Yeah, that's a GOAT game. I'll give you that. Incredible Hulk, yes, that game is so much fun.
Yeah, and then like Spider-Man, it's really good. Now Spider-Man 2. I need to
put in the GOAT. Put in the GOAT. Put in the GOAT. I played that game.
I'm going to put it in good because it is a good game. It's just Spider-Man 2, the Spider-Man game, does everything just better.
Yeah, you know? I agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, you notice how I said crap, mega crap?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mega crap. Definitely Catwoman.
Oh, yeah. Anything associated with that property, yeah, mega crap.
And let's see here. Kind of a little bit current, but like Turtles in Time is a GOAT. It's a GOAT game.
I never played it.
You've never played Turtles in Time?
No.
How dare you?
PC.
How have you never played Turtles in Time? I'm stalling for time.
Fuck off, honest.
See, they're actually going to be releasing it here soon, the Cowabunga Collection, which is coming to PC, so you can grab it that way.
Sweet. I'll do
that.
So
if you have a Switch, please grab it on Switch so we can play together.
I don't have a Switch, so I wish I could.
You don't have a Switch?
Fuck off, honest.
It keeps echoing, but yeah, okay.
All right.
What's the next one you want to do?
Let's have kind of a debate over this one. So
Saints Row. That's the fourth one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. So the reason why I'm putting Saints Row 4 in here is because it has the superhero power system. Like, I mean, there's other stuff going on.
It's basically the Matrix, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, but like, there's also like a big emphasis on superhero powers in the game. So that's kind of why I put it in there. So it's like I put it on the good tier. What do you think?
I enjoyed it very much. That game is so ridiculous, but it is really fun because you can have like a parody superhero costume, and you can have like superhero fights. You can fly, you can glide. It's really fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Where do you think? Okay, I want to save this one.
DC Online is going good. Ultimate Alliance is going GOAT.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something I can put in the crap tier. Or it's like it's...
Probably.
Okay.
I would...
Okay. So the reason I'm not putting Avengers into mega crap is it's semi-functional. The storyline itself, from what I hear, is actually kind of interesting.
It's got a good story. I would put it honestly in meh, really, because it has potential. That's the thing. It has potential.
I just kind of want to do it because, like, I wanted people to see,
Mm.
like, you put Superman Returns above, that.
Well, yeah, because DC is better than Marvel. So Captain America, the tie-in game should be in crap because all those tie-in games sucked.
Not all of them. I mean, technically,
Well, there was only one tie-in game that is GOAT, and that is X-Men Origins Wolverine. that absolutely has to go in there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the story that the movie should have told.
All right. So
Arkham goes in GOAT.
Yeah, that's
that's a given. You can't. That's not even an argument.
So let's see here. Scott Pilgrim, I'm gonna put in good.
Guardians of the Galaxy, you can put in good.
I'm trying to find okay, so let's
yeah.
kind of disagree.
I haven't even played that one. Ultimate Alliance, probably put in GOAT. I would say honestly.
I'm gonna say good. It's because I don't know. Well, it's I don't want to put everything in GOAT. Because GOAT is for the
Injustice 2. You better put that in GOAT. You put it back. Come on, Bard. No,
actually.
Go on.
Let's see here. I really should have picked more batter games or meh games.
Move Injustice 2 out of Mega Crap, please.
I'm just doing that just to make you squirm now. Let's see here.
DC Online I would put in good because it's a really fun game.
Yeah, I agree. Even I. X-Men Legends.
I've never played that. I heard it's basically Ultimate Alliance, but for the X-Men.
Yeah. It was made by the same people. And yeah, if you
came
like
first, I think, right?
Yeah, X-Men, and then X-Men 2, Rise of Apocalypse. Marvel's Capcom 3, I'm going to put in the meh tier just because, I need some weight.
Guardians, put that in good because, honestly, that was a really good game. And
then City Heroes is GOAT, for sure.
What's City of Heroes?
It's the now defunct superhero MMO that was known for being really, really good. It kind of it went away about 10 years ago. I mean, you can still play it on private servers, but it was really if you were an MMO gamer in the 2000s, you knew of it. And so that's the tier list.
That's there's only one error on that list, but besides that, it's really good.
Oh yeah. You're right. And also, yeah, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, now you're just really pissing me off right now.
Well, it's working, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
No shit.
Okay, let me just kind of crack things a
Put it back.
Here.
Put Injustice in the GOAT. Oh, you're gonna get the stream taken down for offensive opinions on that.
Oh, I'm gonna get canceled, am I? Oh my god! Okay.
I'm gonna start tweeting about you. Nick has horrible taste in video games.
So this is the list. It's pretty weighted. I should have chosen better games, but don't be surprised if I kind of rearrange these a little bit for maximum trollishness and then put it on Twitter.
You put Catwoman as the only GOAT game.
Oh my god!
And put all of them else in mega crap.
But yeah, Turtles in Time. It is a go game for sure. What other superhero games do you think we could talk about? So I chose games from PS2 on above because the formatting was kind of weird. I couldn't choose games that were square shaped.
Mhm.
Otherwise, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 would be GOAT and would be a GOAT game. I would have had Superman 64, which would have gone into GOAT.
Honestly, I would have put also Iron Man, the tie-in for the first Iron Man movie, because that was actually really good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think. Just like some other older games, like
Tie-in for the Hulk movie, which was actually pretty good. It's basically another version of Ultimate Destruction.
Yeah, what's really interesting is, so when I was doing this list, I didn't want to like have too many from like one certain character. Otherwise, this list would just be full of Spider-Man and Batman games. Be fully honest. I wanted to have some older games. Like some older games where like the Batman Returns beat 'em up would definitely be one that I kind of put on here.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't put a Lego game on there.
I've never really been much of a Lego guy, so they're like not really on my radar.
Oh, okay.
But like honestly, if I would, probably like Lego Marvel superheroes or stuff like that.
And honestly, you know what would go on GOAT is Arkham Knight, just because of how much Batman that game like piles in. You can drive all the Batmobiles, you can use all the bat suits.
To be fair, given the fact that Arkham Knight did get some flack for being like tank simulator, I would put it in good tier because like GOAT is.
But here's the thing: once you beat the game, you can drive around Gotham in all the Batmobiles and not do any of the tank stuff. You can just drive around and run people over in like the Ben Affleck Batmobile.
That is the only reason.
You can drive on rooftops using the tumbler.
The only reason that game is GOAT for you is because you can drive around dressed as Batfleck. Also in the Batfleck Batmobile. That is the only reason.
The only problem I have with it is that you can't use any of the machine guns on the Batfleck Batmobile. No, but it's not the only reason, because first off, the storyline is really good because it's basically under the Red Hood, but scaled up like significantly. They bring in so many Batman characters into that game. It's ridiculous. And the idea about how when you're free roaming, the free roaming gets a lot easier as you complete the side quests, because the side quests would be like, take out this militia lieutenant, take out this APC, and then also you would get a visual indicator of your progress, because when you would go to the Gotham PD and you've seen the lockup, everyone that you've beaten up is in there. The only reason why you're being in good instead of GOAT with me is because of these stupid Riddler trophies.
I mean, that's any Arkham game.
They put too many in there to the point where I'm like, okay, the ending, I could just get that off of YouTube. They should have given you like a bat suit that has a bunch of question marks on it. That would have at least been like something I can't get on YouTube.
There's too many questions. There's too many questions.
So little time. Oh, did you see in Harley Quinn there was an Ayer cut Easter egg?
Oh, well, yeah, these are the same people who mock the Snyder Cut fans. So,
but that was a good mock, so I appreciated that.
So, you talked about City of Heroes. This is City of Heroes. This is a trailer from 2005.
Rated T for teen.
Man, the early 2000s were like the golden age of gaming right there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
NC Soft. Cryptic Studios.
Very cryptic.
We have detected their approach, my lord.
Move to your positions.
He's obviously a bad guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Move. Show the compound.
Synapse, scout the building. Got you, Metacore. I'm all over it. We need to get inside and retrieve the crystal.
Yeah. Okay. This is
I got
cinematic.
one. Justice League Heroes. That was basically a very scaled down version of Ultimate Alliance, but for the Justice League characters. I say scaled down because you can't choose, because up until at the end of the game, you can't choose the heroes you bring into combat, and you can only you can only use certain ones at a time. It's really like limited.
So this is a gameplay for City of Heroes. All right. Yeah, the costume creator in here. The costume creator is really good.
Of course, they're playing this one trailer song from like every Mass Effect game. Oh, so it's like DC Universe Online.
Yeah.
Let me see this. Hang on.
Like it was actually the costume creator was so good.
You could
that,
make
like,
the X-Men costumes.
Yeah, Marvel actually sued them because it was so good.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't want to get But look at how good that costume creator is.
It looks so good.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the costume creator was so good.
I got a trailer.
Look how that good that is, you know?
Yeah, it looks like the actual characters.
It's just so crazy.
Here's
Look at that Phoenix.
Yes, that looks so good. Oh man, the good Jean Grey costume. Right?
I love that. Oh, and the good rogue costume.
Oh yes, the sexy rogue outfit. Here's Justice League Heroes.
All right, let me just kind of remove myself. Okay. Yeah, full screen it, please. Okay. Huh.
It's so much fun.
Wasn't this like a PS2 or PS3 game?
You think so? That's Ron Perlman as Batman.
Something I didn't know I wanted, but now I do.
Yeah, what's cool with Green Lantern is you can play as Kyle Rayner and Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner. In this, you can use the 90s Wonder Woman costume where she's like in the jacket and the bikini top.
Yeah, because they put everyone in a jacket in the 90s.
Yeah, a little leather jacket. You can use Barry Allen.
Did you know that like there's a canceled Flash game?
What?
That they're making a Flash game in the mid 2000s. Oh, wow. Have you seen some of the superhero mods for GTA?
No. Oh yeah, I have. Where some people play as the Justice League, some people play as Homelander.
Let's see here. There's one oh wait. GTA like. Okay, this is going to be for you. Okay. this is for you, my friend.
That looks so good. Except for the cape. The cape's kind of having a seizure. Oh! Oh my gosh. It's Zack Snyder's Superman. Oh.
I love the weight to his flying. I like how it's like okay,
he was just sprinting.
One of the things that I actually really like most about Zack Snyder's version of Superman is there is weight to his flying. Like there's kind of like a weight to it. Like when he like boom, like goes like that, it's like you can kind of feel the sonic boom. When he lands, you can kind of just feel it. You know, It's like I really like because most of the time when they do a Superman, it's like a weightless character. You know, even when they land, it's kind of like a mouse fart. But like with Zack Snyder, what I really like is the impact. Or like when Superman punches someone, it's like
it's like when he punched in the Snyder Cut when he's punching Steppenwolf into the ground, you can see the shock waves going out. It's like
and it's like he works with the sound designers to really kind of like yeah. Sorry, I had to finish.
I got one too. That's actually reminding me of this. So on Steam, there's a free, basically Superman simulator.
Undefeated.
Yeah, Undefeated. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I played it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty much Superman.
Yeah.
It's made by one dude, so I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that you can't make a Superman game when that exists?
And because I want to. Just Kamen Rider mod for GTA 5.
Wow.
Just because I want to. Yeah, it's just sorry. It's just I like it's Kamen Rider is technically a superhero, so it counts.
That counts. That counts. It definitely counts. You
Honestly,
put Saints Row on here, on there, dude.
Oh yeah. There's actually some really good Kamen Rider games. One that I've been meaning to get is they did a Musho game, like a Dynasty Warrior style game with Kamen Rider called Kamen Rider Battle Ride War on the PS3. Let's see here. Gameplay. Yeah, they have it for PS3. So it's like, so yeah, it's like, you know, what's the word? Region free.
そうそう。通りすがりの仮面ライダーだ。覚えておけ。いけるか。
Oh, geez.
すごい。
なるほど。大体わかった。
すごい。
Yeah, so,
that's so cool.
So Kamen Rider Decade, he's like the 10th anniversary rider. He has the power to transform into all the previous Kamen Riders game before him. That's like his shtick.
That's cool. Another game that I really enjoyed was Spider-Man Web of Shadows, because halfway through that, the free roaming changed because the city is taken over by symbiotes.
Huh.
It's really cool. They really upped their game with that game, pun intended.
So I gotta show you. Like, so one of my I'm kind of in a Kamen Rider mood right now. So like, so this is one of my favorite Kamen Riders. Is Paragon.
So it's like Power Rangers, except he can turn into orange things.
Yeah, actually, you do know that Power Rangers is based off a Japanese show, right?
Yeah, of course.
So Super Sentai and Kamen Rider are actually sister shows.
Oh.
Okay.
Here's another good superhero game that I can't believe we never really talked about. Dishonored. That's technically a superhero game because you're using superpowers.
Yeah, and along the same vein, Prototype. Oh!
Prototype was so much fun, dude.
Infamous. Infamous counts. It's a superhero game.
Oh, yeah.
So this is from a crossover movie.
They put the end game music. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can't have the music on.
Yeah.
Just dang. Can you imagine if this actually happened in a Power Rangers show?
Actually.
Well, yeah, I know they did a watered down version, but can you imagine if they did a portal thing?
This is what that episode was based off of, actually.
Really? Yeah, I noticed the surrounding part is very familiar, but I'm like, I like the way they did, did this better.
Like, look at that. You probably recognize some of them.
Oh yeah, I recognize all of these. I'm like, oh my gosh, so much color.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm gonna kind of point a few out, like Shadow Moon. Yep, there's a
Mega Force, Super Mega Force, which is just such a stupid name for Power Rangers.
They combined Goseiger and Gokaiger, by the way. RPM, right there. Those are, by the way, these are the original Sentai people from 1975.
Really? And ICSPD.
Yep, there's Zeo right there.
Zeo, Wild Force, In Space,
Time
Force, baby.
Yep. There's
Lightspeed
MMPR right there.
Rescue, Dino Thunder, Turbo. Oh, this is dope.
Oh, this movie's really good, actually. I remember when it came out. It actually came out around the same time as like Avengers. This whole battle scene is actually really funny.
You know what's funny about this is that there's so much color. Jeez.
Oh, Masked Rider. Remember?
Yeah, it's like a rainbow war.
Yeah, because Masked Rider was based off of Kamen Rider Black RX.
I just love how those horrible flying effects. That's so funny. He's just
Hey,
a
question.
card. Yeah.
Do you remember Kamen Rider Dragon Knight?
I've never seen anything Kamen Rider before today. Oh, is this the English version?
They did an American version where you...
That's so weird.
Yeah, this was like 2009.
Oh, of course, it's on the CW.
Yeah, they adapted Kamen Rider Ryuki.
It's just so weird that their morphers send lightning into their crotch region. That just looks so weird. I must now become one.
Also, this guy, if you ever saw Mortal Kombat Legacy, he played Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Oh, really?
Do you remember those web series stuff?
I haven't seen it, yo.
Wait, you never saw Mortal Kombat Legacy?
Yeah. I also love how the thing he puts in his crotch starts spinning. That's a good trick.
You've never seen Mortal Kombat Legacy?
No.
This was a fan film the guy did, and then WB actually let him do a web series. So it's official media.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, Michael J. White!
Oh, wow.
Jax!
Spawn.
He eats them. His known fatalities are in the double digits.
Fatality.
Baraka.
Yeah, basically this is like a dark and gritty reboot kind of thing.
So it's like if Zack Snyder did Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Can you imagine if Zack Snyder did Mortal Kombat?
Shang Tsung. Maybe behind each killer. We the world's top fighters. The Shirai Ryu. Tournament exists. Tournament, and we want you to win it. We want you to about me. So you whatever I choose. You offer me in exchange for my help. Sonya Blade. Perfect timing.
Sub-Zero.
They got Jerry Ryan to play Sonya Blade.
That man is dead.
These pictures were taken yesterday.
She was so perfect casting as Sonya Blade.
Mm-hmm. Is that 7 of 9 from Star Trek?
Yeah.
And that's where I know that's from.
My name is Scorpion.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy from Hawaii Five-0. That is so cool.
Also, for Mortal Kombat Legacy, they brought back of an actor you would know from previous movies.
you, Bion. No, you didn't.
There's a flood coming through, gang.
Yeah. Also, they got the Quantum Ranger to play Kenshi.
Awesome. Oh, quantum power.
They brought him back. They brought back the original Shang Shooter. Like, this is why I'm so mad. Because like this series, like their casting was just on fucking point.
I actually felt that like 7 Hours great as Sonya Blade. Although I did like who they had in the newer movie to play Sonya Blade.
She was okay. I would have preferred Jerry Ryan.
Well, yeah,
but like,
that's another point.
The cast, like, you know, it's like the cast.
Humanity
like,
is worth protecting.
Oh, that guy! He's in everything.
Mark, and he's also in Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Dacascos is his name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he's Kung Lao, which he's a perfect pick for Kung Lao. It's like the casting in the series, which is so good.
Oh,
so
I have a good superhero game. I'm not sure if this counts, but Doom. You're slaying demons. That's very superhero-y.
Yeah.
We could pick. Let's see what else.
Wait.
Does Halo count?
It's an abomination.
Oh, this movie. Dude, that should be a clip. Just a random clip you drop in the thing.
I love. It's just like.
I love how that's what the BFG apparently stands for. I love what. Wasn't there a clip in Doom Eternal you showed me once where it's like, you can't possibly shoot a big gun at Mars? Yeah, we're just watching really funny memes, people, right now.
Let's see here.
You can't blow a hole in Mars.
I love this clip so much.
Just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
I love the music too. He's just tapping the trigger. Jeez. That's so good. And then he just gets the BFG.
What I love about the recent Doom games is they know exactly what they are and they just go for it. Like,
yeah, they're not trying to make this franchise out to be anything else other than again, we just slay demons in the most bloody way possible.
It's like they know exactly what they are, they know exactly what they want to be, and they are just perfectly in that pocket from like start to finish. And I just they hit a home run with these two games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Doom Eternal is like one of my favorite games right now. I mean, oh my gosh, is that fun?
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Let's see. So what's another good superhero game that you like or that our fans like?
Let's expand it to superhero. Well, I was gonna say game movies, but you know we can kind of expand the discussion if you want. So what's some of your favorite video game adaptations?
Adaptations. Well, for one thing, Arcane, which was the adaptation of League. What I loved about that is that you didn't have to know anything about League in order to enjoy the show.
And really the beauty of it is it's exactly what we've been saying. Like we have been saying, you can be diverse without hitting us over the head with it. Yeah. You know, just create good characters. Because that show is hella diverse. Yet, people who see it love it because it does characters first, diversity checklist maybe fifth.
But it uses original. It doesn't race bend or gender bend any of the characters, as far as I know. It just puts them here. Here they are. Because with League, there's so many characters for you to put in there. By the way, that show got me playing League again. My main is Ash. Sorry. That's my main. That's the main person I use for right now. I'm learning Ash.
Does Ash have a boomstick?
No, she has a bow and arrow, an ice bow and arrow. Yeah, I know. That's probably a skin somewhere.
Yeah. So as far as Castlevania, we gotta bring that up. We gotta bring up.
I got another one. Sonic and Sonic 2.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. I just recently saw Sonic 2, and I went nuts when he became Super Saiyan. Because that's pretty much what it is. He just like destroys Eggman's robot, and then he just taps it with his foot, and Eggman's like, "Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh?" By the way, Jim Carrey as Eggman is perfect casting.
Yeah, he's like 90s Jim Carrey. So I love this scene.
The Belmont hold, our family library and trove.
Belmonts who fought the creatures of the night. Interesting.
Oceans to the. I am guessing, including books of magic they came across.
That I chose not to kill you and eat you, Belmont.
and that I decided against cutting you, flaying you, and turning you into shoes a la carte.
Such a merry band we are.
Best part
I will find us a covered wagon and horses if you two can manage not to kill each other while I'm gone.
Oh, please. We're not children.
He shouldn't die.
Yes, fuck you.
Oh, I got a good.
That. It's just the timing is just so perfect. We're not children. Eat shit and die. Yes, fuck you. It's like the one thing they agree upon.
I have a really good video game adaptation. The Witcher. Oh, good boy. I walked into that one.
To your Witcher.
That song has been
The
stuck in my
Witcher,
head for
you
so
say?
long.
Fuck off, bud.
I knew you were going to do that.
It actually didn't click until you prompted me, so.
But yeah, that's just such a great show because, again, it explains everything you need to know in a succinct way so you could get into the lore at that point. Because I started playing The Witcher 3 because I saw the show.
Mm-hmm.
And still need to. Oh, and there, what's with... I'm a little nervous because Nick is looking at Matt's... oh, boy. You can play as Henry Cavill?
You know I don't find that amusing.
You promised Ciri you'd train with her.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You didn't think there'd be a mod?
There's got to be a mod.
She prefers
It is a
practice.
mod.
Making her slog through that brick. No wonder
It doesn't look that good, but it's okay.
Boiled her.
Weebs.
Yeah.
No, the reason the adaptation I think is so good is majorly Henry Cavill because he does he does Geralt's voice so well. Oh my gosh. Because he has because Geralt has one of those recognizable gaming voices like Master Chief that if it's different in any way, it just sounds weird.
So, you ready? Like, it'd be like, oh, okay. Okay.
What? Oh yeah, the old show. They had an old show, right?
Yeah, the Polish version, which I actually watched it back in the day. It wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm. No, because this
really good.
Isn't the actual book actually written by a Polish dude?
Yeah, Andrzej Sapkowski.
Mm-hmm.
So what's good about this scene is this is where he becomes a butcher Blaviken, and so you can directly compare this scene to the show.
Oh, is that the scene where are you talking about the scene where he walks out and they shoot him with like an arrow and he just deflects it with the sword?
Yeah,
that was so cool. Oh yeah, this is great.
Like the costumes aren't bad. The guy looks the part, and the action's pretty decent.
Yeah, and I agree. He looks like Geralt with the face. The only thing is that his beard is a different color than his hair.
Honestly, I don't really care too much. Like
me neither.
He actually fights a lot like Geralt too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Also, notice he's still only carrying one sword.
Yeah.
Dokonałeś wyboru. Jesteś
Yep,
pewien, że właściwego?
Now let me ask you this, dude. Are you more Triss or Yennefer?
Personally?
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Don't tell me you have a clip of her horse.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, someone just put this hilarious meme up. Yeah, honestly, I gotta agree with you on this one. And by the way, this is the one part.
Also, Triss cosplay is
yeah.
I love, like,
this is the one. This is the one component where the show majorly screwed it up in season 1 with Triss. They fixed it in season 2, but
it's
season
like,
1
it's like,
it was
it's
like
one thing. It's like her red hair is a defining part of the character. Also, like just more. Triss
really
cosplay
gorgeous.
Like at least in season 2, they gave her red hair. Like, also like that woman had it like that makeup chair for that part. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Right. Yeah, there's this great meme that
is not Triss. That is not Triss.
Not Triss. That meme
This
just
is Triss.
But there's this great meme that just came across my Twitter that says the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change, and it's a picture of Batfleck.
Oh my god!
Like, what does it say? By the way, real quick, I want to mention that the Batfleck announcement got more got more press than both trailers from San Diego Comic-Con.
Like, honestly, an hour after it was announced, Twitter went nuts.
And honestly, that's why I normally never release stuff 10:30 at night. But I was like, oh, no. I thought it was trending. So I'm like, screw it. I'll put it up. It did really well for a video put out at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it's becoming... It's getting to the point where it's about to become fiscally irresponsible for WB to ignore what's going on.
Yeah, because even if you have like, I will talk about this tomorrow, but we might as well just briefly address it, because even if you do have some toxic Snyder fans, it's getting to the point where WB is going to have to ignore those fans and decide, okay, will we definitely profit if we pursue this option, particularly since, at least right now, what they should do, and I've always said this, use the Snyderverse as a delaying option until you can get your DC films at least moderately like set up, because you can do the Ben Affleck Batman series where he fights Deathstroke that I really want to see, because it'd be a live action version of that Arkham Origins trailer where it's Batman versus Deathstroke. And then you would have like the Cyborg movie, you have Justice League Part 2 and 3. You have years of content that you can use as just release as a delaying tactic, and you can put on HBO Max even that way you don't have to worry about time limits and stuff.
Here's a dirty little secret that the anti-Snyder cucks will never admit. Okay, so first off, the Snyder Cut fandom is a small but very passionate and vocal portion of the fan base.
Yeah,
we're not really that big. Really, the thing is, there's a lot of like people outside of this who have never even heard of Release the Snyder Cut, who are huge fans of the Snyder Cut, who are huge fans of Ben Affleck as Batman, who are huge fans of like Henry Cavill as Superman. Like Henry Cavill in general is really popular. Like, everyone loves him,
he is he's our generation Christopher Reeves.
As a Christopher Reeve fan, I will admit to that. I will agree to that.
Yeah, in other words, the way that Christopher Reeves defines Superman for that era, Henry Cavill defines Superman in this era.
Henry Cavill will be 70 years old, and people will still associate him with Superman. I mean, look at Christopher Reeve. It's like even on his death, even in the 2000s, people were still associating with Superman. I mean, granted, there weren't as many Supermans as there are now. You know, but like.
And I agree with you, because I was walking into a movie at a movie theater. Someone's walking out away from me, and then they start smiling at me. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of creepy. He walks up to me and goes, "I love your sweatshirt. Restore the Snyderverse." It's like, this is what the antis don't understand. The Snyderverse and cut is actually more popular than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and there's so many people who
many
people who aren't necessarily a part of the movement, but are aware of it, but support it, but don't really, talk about it.
Yeah. In other words, it's like there was a study that like 10% of the audience is on Twitter, so that tells you there.
And it's like, first off, I don't believe the 13% bots, and even if that were true, it's like
87%. Yeah. Wait, coming from a news source who 25% of their Twitter followers are bots. They have more bots than the Snyderverse fandom.
Yo, pot, the kettle called. It says yo blow.
You don't want to say that, no. But it's like
it's just a normal I'm sorry, I got into quoting Sword Art Online Abridged.
Yeah, but the point is that the real issue is that these people just don't like Snyder. Because here's the thing, they'll excuse certain parts of Snyder's movies if it comes from a Marvel movie. In other words, if the MCU does what Snyder does, guess what? They'll be like, oh, that's so visionary.
I have to explain my joke.
evil person.
Excuse me? Mr. Kettle, Mr. Pot called. He says you're black!
What? It's a turn of phrase. It has nothing to do with race.
I'm sorry.
Okay, SAO Abridged is the greatest thing to ever come out in humanity, and I will die on that.
So good. Oh man, that's
have you ever heard of? Okay, so have you ever heard SAO Abridged?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. It's you know what abridged are, right?
Yeah.
So this is like an abridged of Sword Art Online. Okay, you're gonna like this clip.
Oh, did you catch him?
No, he got away.
Really? I figured some random perp would be no match for the world's greatest detective. Oh, wait, no. That's Batman! And you're not Batman, are you? You will never be Batman.
Hey, fuck you! That cut surprisingly deep. Well played.
You'll never be Batman. That was so good.
I actually like posted that on Twitter the other day, kind of relation to Screecher, you know.
No, dude, that should be a clip too. You'll never be Batman.
Hold my hood. Oh my god. Yeah, like Sword Art Online is so great. It's so funny. I love it so much. I could just do the rest of the stream just showing clips from the show, but like
yeah. So what's your favorite game adaptation, not counting Castlevania?
Castlevania might have been it, but
I'll tell you what my least favorite is Halo.
Oh, you mean the I take off my helmet in the second episode of the show?
I'm going to have no. Actually, it was in the first episode he took off the helmet.
First episode, the last thing he does is like a stinger, and it's so bad.
Yeah, and then there was an episode where he puts it on, off. He takes it off in a combat zone where he can get domed by a sniper, and then actually he has sex with a Covenant spy that he just met. That he says, "Don't wait, I trust you." And there's only action in 3 episodes of 9 episodes, by the way, for 10 minutes each.
It's like, and I swear, like I feel like they really made a point of like, hey, let's put in all the Halo sound effects in this first episode because that's all the reviewers are gonna see, and they're gonna say, hey, it's authentic. Look, I only saw the first episode, and that's all people.
And by the way, they only had like Halo music at the end for like a minute at the last episode, like actual Halo music. It was the da 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 da, and that only showed up.
Honestly, if they wanted to do a helmetless Master Chief, they should have just done a fucking origin story.
Or do a different Spartan.
Oh, you mean like Halo Forward Onto Dawn, which is actually good?
Well, that wasn't a Spartan, but yeah. And by the way, they never took off his helmet too. That's the other thing.
Well, Forward Onto Dawn is just actually really good.
Oh my gosh, that's my favorite game adaptation because that nailed. First off, it nailed the Master Chief in the brief time that he was in there.
We'll find out.
Through here.
Skip to the end when the Chief shows up. Hang on. I have a good feeling it's fine. Hang on. He's fighting a hunter.
Like,
dude, I got one. Hang on, I got one. This is one of the greatest. And remember, they released it as a little series of like 5 episodes, I think. Like,
it's like watching it, you can just tell how cheap it was made.
But it was so good. All right, here we go. Watch this. This is the Chief's entrance into the show. Hang on. I'm just gonna do this real quick. I'll put the sound back on.
The shows are already copyright claimed, so I don't care.
All right. So, okay.
That's not bad.
Well, first off, the Elite actually does not look that bad.
Yeah.
He like kills them.
They also have Susan from Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That was great. All right.
I was always a fan of her. Like she's
wait for it.
Yep, there's Susan.
Yeah.
The energy sword looks good. I'm sorry, but that's an entrance.
What?
That is an entrance.
That is so badass. It's like the Elite just convulses and he just falls, and then the Chief's head just falls, and he's like, bah.
Did they use the actual Master Chief voice actor?
No, they
that?
didn't.
Okay, I thought it sounded like him though.
Well, because around this point, the Chief would actually be a teenager. This is very early in the war.
Oh.
But, dude, that was Halo. Yeah. I don't think they actually did the music, but they still had, like, it's funny, even when the Chief moved, you can feel, like, the weight of his steps. Even the show did that really well. One other thing I liked about the show is that when the Spartans had the helmet on, their voices were amplified. Like, hang on, I'll show you real quick. Because that is actually really cool.
Yeah, so I heard a theory around somewhere that, like, the script for the series was actually supposed to be a Mass Effect series, and then they decided to just kind of shoehorn in the Halo stuff. So from what people have said, like, if you kind of watch it with that in mind, you could actually it does kind of feel like a Mass Effect show.
Oh, it would have been great as a Mass Effect show.
They'd have to. All the actresses would have to do a lot of glute exercises, but it should be good.
Hang on, is this the one I wanted to find?
I love how you just totally ignored my joke.
All right, so this is one of the action scenes rescored, but actually, it's like really cool. Hang on.
Okay. Is this the new series?
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. I thought I shared the sound.
All right.
Stop sharing. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a better video. Hang on. Hang on. I'm trying to find it because I know there's like one. Hang on. All right, so actually, here's what I was talking about how the Spartans' voices are amplified in the helmets.
Still can't hear anything.
What the heck? I thought I was sharing sound.
You got to click the box.
But there's no box here. Because I go to share screen, and there's no box here that I can click that says that. Hang on, window. Let's try this again. All right, so let's try it again. Oh wait, hang on. Let me see here. All right, try it again.
Okay.
Let me see. Is there anything here that I can do? No. All right, let's try this.
That's a nice shot. Nah.
Oh, geez. But anyway.
So have you seen some of the images from the new Fallout show?
No, I haven't.
It actually kind of gives me...
and by the way, that show, the way that the plot is in the Halo show, it would have been great as a Mass Effect show.
Look at that.
That looks so good.
This is set photos. So set-wise, it looks good.
Oh, here's a video game adaptation. Mass Effect Paragon. It was an animated movie that came out a little while ago that was basically following one of the side stories.
Like this, that looks like that's like when I think Fallout live action, that's
what I think of.
So yeah. So I mean, honestly, Fallout is a lot harder to F up than Halo because like Fallout, yeah, you have a central character, but he's so nebulous. There's not really many defined traits, and also you can just create a new character in the Fallout universe.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a lot harder to because really Fallout, all you got to do to get the only things you have to F up are the world, the setting, and the tone. You know?
With Halo, there's more iconic stuff you can screw up.
Yeah, like with Fallout, there is no sense. Like each game, you create your own character, so like and you decide how they go. So it's not they can just create like they want the Lone Wanderer to be a black lesbian, they could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like okay, You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why in Mass Effect, if they adapt Shepard, which they probably won't, but if they did have Shepard show up,
if they do Mass Effect, they're doing Fem Shep. Like I'm sorry. Yeah,
yeah, they're probably most likely going to do Fem Shep. Wouldn't it be great if it was actually played by the actress? By the way, I have her autograph as well.
Jennifer Hale.
I have her autograph as well.
It will be mine. Oh, yes. It will be mine.
She's an actress that has been in so much stuff. She was Ms. Marvel in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. She was Bastila Shan in Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic. She was
Shan in the MMO.
Yeah, in the MMO. She was so many characters. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, jeez.
You know, she did the screens for Samus and Metroid Prime.
Really? Wow, that is actually really cool. Metroid Prime 3. I played the third one, Corruption. That one was pretty dope.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting Metroid Prime 4 sometime soon.
But anyway, so 100%. If they make a Mass Effect show, they could just have anyone be Shepard. But here's the thing. I get the feeling they would stick with like default appearance Shepard, so they could have Jennifer Hale play her.
Okay, I'm gonna. As cool as that would happen, I don't think it will happen. Like at most, you might get a cameo.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying if Shepard shows up in the show, because they are making a Mass Effect show. So if Shepard shows up at any point,
who voiced male Shep?
Mark Greer, I think his name is.
Like I could just see, kind of just you have like a shot of them standing together and they're just like talking. You know, like Fem Shep and
that's the multiverse of madness for Mass Effect.
You know, it's like that's a cameo, kind of like how they had Nolan North cameo in Uncharted, which I'm glad they did that. Like, okay, you get one thing. I'll give them that one thing. They had Nolan North cameo.
Speaking of Nolan North.
I have the button ready. I have the button.
Fuck off on it. Fuck off on it.
I may start plugging my Jim Lee, my print signed by Jim Lee.
Fuck off on it.
But anyway, let's talk about this real quick. What would you want to see in a Mass Effect show? Because as far as I understand it,
asses.
Well, yeah, there's going to be sex in the show because there's sex in the game.
No, I want to see them all in like really tight pants, and they better be hitting the gym.
It would be kind of funny. It'd be like Miranda pre-Legendary Edition, where all the camera angles are on her ass. Not that we were ever complaining, mind you.
I mean, I just love Fox News back in the day. It's like, Mass Effect is a sex simulator. You can do it in any position, in any way imaginable. Like, it's just so...
By the way, I would love if they brought back... I would love if they brought back the actress to play Miranda to play her.
Oh, there is one person who I want to play their character.
Who?
Want the pilot was voiced by Seth Green.
Yes, Joker. Yes. No,
Yeah,
but I'm
Seth
serious. They should have Seth Green play Joker, because why not? That's such a fantastic way to do this. And they should have like the actress who plays Miranda Lawson play her in the show, because they even modeled the face after her.
Okay, here's kind of an interesting topic. So famous actors who have played video game characters who could come back in adaptation. In the Fallout series, I really hope Veronica shows up, played by Felicia Day.
Ooh. I would say so. Video game actors who should come back. I mean,
for example, if they
does voicing count?
Voicing, yes.
Because I would
voicing
say
and mocap. I
would say Steve Downes playing Master Chief if they ever rebooted the show. They could easily do that.
Well, if they're gonna do like kind of do like the Mandalorian approach, where it's like he's in the helmet all the time, yeah, they could easily get away with that.
Mm-hmm. And let's see who else. Who else do I want to see? Well, obviously, any Mass Effect actor or actress that they can get in the show or adaptation in any way, yes, please. Even if it's just a cameo, because the way I could see like Joker showing up is that there would be a cameo in like the Mass Effect show where like the Normandy shows up, and they have a brief like 5-second camera shot. You see the inside of the Normandy. You see Femme Shep or Male Shep, whichever one they want to use. You see Miranda and you see Joker.
Honestly, I think that if they're going to do the show, it's going to take place in the Normandy. And Seth Green, honestly, he's probably doesn't cost that much to bring back, and he'd probably be fully willing. You know, like, hey, we're doing a Mass Effect show. You want to play Joker? I'm sure Seth Green would jump at the... And it's like, he wouldn't cost that much. And it's like, he's a decent enough actor. He could do Joker. I mean, he did it in voice work, and he's a live action actor, so he could obviously do Joker in live action. And honestly, age wise, he probably looks good, still good enough to do the role. And it's like, it's a small enough role that, like, you know, Seth Green, I think, and plus it gives you points. Like, hey, look, we have the original actor who came back. You know, it's like you get those like fan servicey kind of thing.
Now, do you think they would do? You already answered this, but which version of Shepard?
Femme.
Yeah, probably Femme, because let's face it, Femme Shep is the more popular one, rightly so.
More popular plus woman.
Plus Jennifer Hale. I would want her to come back because here's the thing. Part of the reason why Femme Shep is so popular is because of Jennifer Hale's delivery of the lines.
Okay. The thing is, I don't think Jennifer Hale will come back because that's the leading role. And you want your leading role to be like someone like a known actor. Someone like Joker is a side character. Plus Seth Green still has a bit of a name. So you cast Seth Green, like that actually makes sense. But Jennifer Hale as the lead, like the lead.
I mean, luckily, here's the thing with Shepard. Yeah, you could do whatever face you want, because guess what? Shepard's a customizable character, so it really doesn't matter whatever race or gender you have the person being.
I realize, like, okay, now you're just talking. Now that's just needlessly complicated. You know, like having one actor then a voice of another. Like, I realize.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm saying from a face perspective, it doesn't matter what actor you put in. I'm not saying put Jennifer Hale's voice on the character. I'm just saying that because that is way too complicated to sync all that up. What I'm talking about.
Too much work.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter really who you cast from a physical perspective. I mean, this is one of those occasions where it wouldn't really matter if like they race bent Shepard, because guess what? You can do that in the game. I
will say this: the actor they do will probably have to look like they're in their 20s or 30s, because
probably.
And I hate to say this, Jennifer Hale is too old to kind of play.
Yeah.
And plus Shepard is a very physical role, and I'm not sure if Jennifer Hale can handle the physical demands. Like with Joker, you could write around it, even if he's older, he's a pilot. You know, even if he's 40 or something.
And he has the brittle bone stuff, so he's not really being a physical role.
Yeah, like it's very easy to write around Joker's character and have Seth Green appear.
What they could do is like cast like Sam Worthington as Male Shep. I could see him being Male Shep.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's done the military roles before.
I just want Sam. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Sam Wentworth for a second. The guy,
no.
The guy does Maul.
Mm-mm.
He
goes, Kenobi! That should be. I need that to be a drop for like my stream. Whenever I bring up the Kenobi show, I'll just go Kenobi.
I just want them to do like a Star Wars version of What If. And they do Star Killer, and they have him come back to voice Star Killer again. Like, I just want like a Star Wars version of What If, so that like they could do all the different kind of like continuity stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what if Vader
what if they hadn't decanonized Legends? What if Disney was actually smart?
Like, imagine if they did a Star Wars What If, and like one of the episodes is what if Vader had a secret apprentice, and it was just like an abridged retelling of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Or even just do like an animated series,
a Clone Wars style animated series that's Force Unleashed.
And they say, because like honestly, Disney is sitting on so much money. If they just say, "Hey, these stuff is non-canon, but we're doing them because we want them." Like, imagine what they could do. Like use on Vong War, you know, like
Darth Revan showing. They could do a Clone Wars animated series that's the Mandalorian Wars, and you get Darth Revan.
Honestly, I think eventually we're probably going to get Knights of the Old Republic miniseries. Especially,
I know we are.
The remake is pretty much DOA.
Yeah, I'm like, that's sad. I mean, they said it was delayed indefinitely, but what that normally means in the video game industry is dead.
what I don't understand is in the games you could have them like Revan be black or white. You know,
it doesn't matter the male or female. Although there was one.
I mean, canon wise, Revan is white. In canon.
A white male, yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. Like canon wise, the exile is a woman.
Yeah, versus like in the character creator could be literally anything.
I love that when you play as the female character and you first meet Atten, you're like costume you're in is just bra and panties. So when you find clothes, you go, "Hey, Atten, I found a uniform in here," and then Atten's like, "Damn it." It was so good. I love how they. My favorite thing is how you annoy Bastila the entire game by saying, "I know you love me," and she goes, "Oh my gosh."
I'm sorry, but like some of those like lines are like really adorable. Where like she trips up and she's like, you know, it's just really adorable.
It's so good. I love that game so much. That's also, like one of the best Star Wars games.
Also, I love just telling Caldo, F off, F you, just like, why are you doing this? If you hate it, like, just like he's because he whines the whole game, and just like you know, and like Ordo is like my favorite companion because like he's like he has such a good take because he regenerates health. Usually when I'm playing KOTOR, I have 2 swordsmen up front, usually myself and another swordsman, and then in the back I have a tanky character. It's either Canderous or Zalbar. You know, shooting the stuff. You know, probably my most useful companions was the Twi'lek because she could do like the unlocking and the hacking. She was actually really good at that. Plus, she was pretty decent in a fight. So it's like I instead of having a droid, I usually brought her along.
My favorite thing, by the way, going from 1 to 2 is finding out that Canderous is Mandalore.
I mean, it's obvious they were kind of setting that.
It's obvious because I'm like, the voice sounds very familiar. And then when I look up the actual lore, oh no, he actually became that Mandalore.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's so cool. By the way, so Canderous kind of reminded me of Jane from Firefly a little bit.
Hold down the fort for about 30.
Okay, so while Nick has me do that, it's just like he shows up with a big gun. He's very powerful. He's very intimidating. He's also kind of humorous. And honestly, one of my favorite parts is that you can have him just tell you war stories. So you'll be just standing in the ship for like hours as he recants like tales from the Mandalorian Wars. So I really liked how they did that. What's up?
So there's also something very important about Jane.
You have that. You have that.
I'm wearing it badly because of headphones, but still, you know.
I love that line from the show. I swear by my pink bonnet, I will kill you.
No, you gotta say it right. I swear by my pretty little bonnet, I will end you.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm sorry. I'm just a huge Firefly fan.
Oh, me too. I got into it from the movie, actually. I watched the movie first, and I was like, I want to go watch the show.
Mine was, I watched the DVDs, which I still have them, by the way.
Yeah, me too, because back when I lived in Georgia, there was a movie stop like 10 minutes from my house. So we used to go there like all the time and get DVDs. So my mom was in there one day, and the clerk found I was a huge Halo fan, a huge sci-fi fan. So he goes, oh, he would love Serenity. So I get the movie, I watch it, and I'm like, first I was a little scared because I was younger, and then hey Cole, what's up, brother? We're talking about Firefly and Serenity. What's your most expensive comic book you own? Oh, I got an answer for that one. Hang on. I would say it's the
All right. While you do that,
it's the Grant Morrison JLA Omnibus. 1,400 pages.
No power in the verse can stop me.
That needs to be a clip. That needs to be an actual clip, my friend.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. As for myself, I don't really know what the most expensive comic I have. I can probably display the most expensive video game I have.
And I do have a couple of signed comics.
Fuck off, Lord.
You knew that was coming.
I knew that was coming pretty much whenever I did. Because it's like I have this Wonder Woman trade signed by David Finch, the artist.
Fuck off, Bond.
I love the way he drew Wonder Woman. I also have I got a couple of books signed by Chris Claremont, the guy that defined the X-Men. I got to talk to him about the Phoenix movie. That was really fun.
Which one?
The second one. He said part of the. So here's the story
the one
behind
written
that.
by Simon Kinberg. Oh wait, that's both of them.
Well, yeah, exactly. But it's like the end of the one that was Sophie Turner. He said the problem with that. All right, so it was coming out around the time that the Captain Marvel movie was coming out, and they wanted to have Captain Marvel be able to go binary. But he said that doesn't make any sense because she goes binary because of the Phoenix. So what they had to do, they had to cut out, they had to change the entire from the train sequence and to the end of the movie. That's all changed. That wasn't the original ending of the movie. They changed it so they could have Phoenix go Captain Marvel go binary.
Also, do you notice how they're captured by the mutant control unit, aka the MCU? You never noticed that?
I never noticed that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they literally have MCU on their patch. They're literally held up by gunpoint by the MCU.
And then the MCU releases them to fight the aliens.
No, the best part is these reshoots happened after the Fox buyout. So this was a Disney production. So this happened after. So Simon Kinberg literally wrote that. It is so freaking on the nose. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's so good.
I gotta look up the train sequence now.
By the way, I do have a comic that I think is gonna get expensive later on. I have the first appearance of Yara Flor, the new Wonder Girl. Because she got really pretty. When you have the first appearance of a character, that's key. But then when you also have the first appearance of a popular character, that's really key. Because she's actually a popular version of Wonder Girl. She was supposed to get her own CW series before the CW got axed by the access. By the what?
Donna Troy or bust.
Oh, I love Donna Troy. Are you kidding me? She's the best. I have the series in single issues, The Return of Donna Troy, which is like her in the star suit thing. She had that, by the way, in DC Universe Online for the longest time. The suit where it basically looks like she's wearing stars in outer space, and they changed it to the armor. What's this? Oh yeah, this is what's supposed to change. Oh yeah, that part.
You have to.
Like I'm trying to.
Oh, you're trying to find the MCU. Oh, you almost got it. Wait, hang on. It's almost there. Almost there. Pause. Yes, there it is. Oh my gosh.
They're being held up at gunpoint by the MCU.
That is so good. Oh my gosh.
This is so on the nose. Michael Jackson used it for cosmetic surgery from beyond the grave.
That is just unbelievable.
That joke itself is dated, but still, I couldn't help it. But yeah, MCU.
Well, let me ask you this, Nick. What's your favorite X-Men movie? Mine is Days of Future Past. And honestly, that's Chris Claremont's favorite as well.
X2, X-Men United.
Oh, yeah, that one was dope. That Nightcrawler scene in the beginning.
I got to see it in theaters.
You lucky bastard. That Nightcrawler scene must have blown your mind. Where he's in the White House and he's just teleporting all over the place. I'm like, oh, that is just so good.
It's just, I like it because it's the one movie where it's like the superheroes get to be superheroes. Like they've done the setup and it's just pure fun. It's just pure comic book, you know, like.
Oh, you know, it's kind of funny. Chris Claremont also went on a rant about the Wolverine movie that takes place in Japan because, oh wait.
You picked the wrong house, Bob.
That's so good. Also, that's Siren.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many minor X-Men characters actually show up in this movie.
Back when these movies were going on, one of the favorite activities was like spot the mutant cameo. because like
Mhm.
there are so many of them, so many little ones.
Oh yeah, it's like Colossus before Colossus. There's like so many. There was like Dazzler in the Phoenix movie.
Oh, wait. Just this part. Oh, they cut up. There's the one part where he says you're okay. He's like, he just nods. Also,
Yeah.
by the way, lamplighter.
Yeah, I know. By the way, you know what?
That's
You know what else I
Lamplighter.
really love? Yeah, you know what else I really loved? I love that scene. There was this clip of Hugh Jackman at like a music, a musical thing, and he's high fiving a fan. And the fan takes out his phone and goes, "Can you scream like Wolverine for me into the phone?" And Hugh Jackman does. He's like, "Ah!" It was so good. Oh, there was that fantastic scene in Logan where he takes the meds and that just supercharges him. You just hear his yelling. And he's just sprinting down out of the way, and he's like taking out all these enemies. It was so good.
I mean, that's the last ride. That's the Cowboys' last ride. That's the last charge.
And then I loved also, speaking of video game adaptations, the Wolverine. I still say the X-Men Origins Wolverine game should have been the movie story. They should have done that for the movie story. Like you dealt with the Sentinels, you dealt with so much. Can you imagine the movie started off like the game did, where it starts off with Wolverine in the Sentinel future? They could have done a form of Days of Future Past before they did it.
Yeah.
I will say, though, say what you want about the MCU recently, but I did enjoy in Doctor Strange when Professor X shows up and then you hear
this one scene.
Oh, yeah.
One moment.
That looks really good, like, in terms of VFX standpoint. Oh, yeah.
Like, come on! Also, I love the Deadpool 2 Colossus versus Juggernaut, where it's like, I'm going to fight Dirty!
Yeah, it's time to fight Dirty. And then Deadpool goes, big CGI fight coming up. I love where Deadpool's, like, doing hand signals to Colossus.
I love, like, the Deadpool Colossus, because, like, it's a movie, but, like, they allow him to be wholesome, and his wholesomeness is not a joke, it's just a character trait.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the movie's not making fun of him for being the goody two-shoes. It's just who he is,
Yeah, I also love that scene where Deadpool's like launched into like a window. A kid's eating cereal. He goes, "Excuse me, I'm an X-Man," and the kid goes, "Trainee," and then he signs the cereal box, Ryan Reynolds, and then he jumps out. And he does a superhero landing. Then he goes, "Oh, that is so bad on the knees."
Help me get her back.
Oh, I love this.
Is that you? Yeah, it's me, Deadpool, and I got an offer that you can't refuse. I'm gonna wait out here, okay? It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Man.
And I love that one scene, Deadpool 2, where like the other X-Men are actually in another room and they just close the door.
Yeah,
that was so good.
And it's very clearly the X-Men Apocalypse people where is that like a time machine? Like, is that room like it's stuck in the 90s, whereas we're modern day?
Or like, is that movie what I was about to say is the X-Men. Well, because here's the problem with those movies: the characters never age. Jennifer Lawrence has been playing Mystique since the 60s.
Well, she's a shapeshifter, so that
okay. Well, Beast, Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier does turn into Patrick Stewart at some point.
In 10 years, according to the timeline.
I'm sorry, but like, can we just all agree it's a mess? There's not really no untangling it. So just
But I will say also in Ms. Marvel, do you mind if I spoil Ms. Marvel?
He's the first mutant.
Yeah, but I love when they said, okay, there's something in your genes, like a mutation. Then all of a sudden you hear na.
They better be giving my boy Ron some money for each time they do that, because I'm actually friends with Ron.
It's Disney, so probably not. But dude,
yeah, these are the same people who tried to screw over Alan Dean Foster, the person who made all those great Star Wars novels, and they're still selling his books. So they tried to claim, oh, but when we bought out Fox, we didn't buy the contracts. Like just some stupid stuff.
Or it's like with what they did with Ed Brubaker and like when they brought in the Winter Soldier.
Or what they did to Aha when they did Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm. But
literally, like they literally use his art style in the opening credits. That Hawkeye is heavily based off of that run.
The suit as well.
And they gave the writer a special things credit. They never even mentioned the artist, which is really BS. It's fucking bullshit because they literally use his art style for the opening credits. Like, it's one thing for live action, but they literally used his art style and didn't give him at least a special
and the
thanks.
suit too. So I'm like,
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to be more like you know.
Hawkeye was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that show.
I do too. Like, whenever people talk about it, I say watch it around Christmas because it's a Christmas movie, and if you watch that series around Christmas where you kind of am in a Christmassy mood anyway, it is so good. It is so good.
I will say though, I love how at the end of the last episode, the post-credit scene is the Hamilton Captain America Steve Rogers. I could do this all day, like musical. That was great.
That was just a troll, honestly.
Yeah, but that was just so good. Like, of course, they'd give Captain America his own like Hamilton like thing. Rogers, the musical. Then they have Ant-Man show up for no reason. I'm like, you weren't at the battle for New York.
No, he was in jail.
He was in prison, exactly.
He was literally on the other side of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, he was in San Quentin at that time. Like I'm pretty sure the timeline works that way.
I think so. But I mean, Hawkeye was actually pretty decent. Falcon Winter Soldier, I enjoyed. Even though there were some points where it was blatantly preachy, like having Sam get arrested and not recognized as an Avenger. I was like, well, that's a little bit off, considering the fact you could have told that same message because you're in a predominantly black neighborhood in the show. You just had
honestly, Bucky should be more recognized as an international terrorist.
Yeah, because he's the Winter Soldier and all that.
Because he like, even though it's post blip, most people probably know him from the bombing of the UN, the Sokovia Accords.
Even though
because the most public thing he did was he was in the Battle of Wakanda, you know. But like most people don't even know who he is. Whereas Sam's been a core part of the Avengers probably for about 5 years.
And they referenced him like in the news saying, Steve Rogers is on the run along with the Avenger Sam Wilson. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, so it's like they should recognize Sam.
Yeah, and no one in that show recognizes him, but I'm like, that makes no sense.
I will say everything, like, the one good thing about the show is it redeemed Zemo.
Yeah, and the other good thing is that I will say this. As much as I like Steve as Captain America, the suit for Falcon as Captain America is fantastic. It's the comic suit.
Yeah.
And I like how, like, the wings form a little, like, pod around him when the helicopter's crashing into him and the shield
is, to be perfectly honest, like, people are treating Sam becoming Captain America as like this sudden revelation. We knew it was coming since Endgame, you know, like.
Yeah, he literally gave him the shield and said, "You're Captain America."
Yeah. The show could have been handled better. Honestly, I don't think Bucky ever wanted to be Captain America. That universe's version. I don't think he ever wanted to be Captain America. I think the living up to it is too big of a thing for him, you know.
But here's the thing: is that the reason why they did in the comics because it would have been a great way for a great redemption story for Bucky and allow him to like earn the people's trust back, because that's what it was in the comics.
I think he's going to be the White Wolf. I think that's, you know, because they called him that. You know, that's what T'Challa called him in there. Yeah. So I think, and like he has this love for Wakanda, and he's treated as a honorary Wakandan. So I think having him be the White Wolf is a good kind of way to take his character.
Well, it'd be hilarious if he becomes Black Panther. They'd never do that, but wouldn't that be hilarious? The social media backlash.
I mean,
so I was on a stream, and Cole actually will know this. So we were talking about all the Comic-Con stuff, And it wasn't my stream, it was another person's funny stream. So the Black Panther trailer had just dropped, and Cole goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go watch this. And if they have if they have a funeral scene for T'Challa, I'm gonna freak out." So all of a sudden, so we're talking, and all of a sudden I hear, F you, Kevin Feige.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like Cole goes, "Okay, I'm gonna watch the Black Panther trailer, and then we're gonna. But if there's a funeral scene for T'Challa, I'm gonna freak out." And then there was one, and all of a sudden I'm just talking. Then randomly I hear, F you, Kevin Feige.
It's kind of a what's it, a Kobayashi Maru kind of situation.
They should have just recast.
Yeah, but like then people are like, "Oh, you recasted T'Challa," but honestly, I think enough time has passed. You can probably get away with recasting T'Challa. Because like I really think they're gonna have Shuri take over the role. That's what I'm feeling like. Because like,
or it'll be Riri maybe.
How much do you want to bet that Riri is going to be a Wakandan?
Oh, I'm 100% sure of that. At least I think.
Anyway, we should probably be wrapping up this show. So, any final things you want to say?
I'm so happy that Batfleck is back, and I can't wait to see that scene from Aquaman.
There's only one more thing I want to say.
Fuck off, Lord.
You douche.
You didn't see that coming?
Yes, I did. I saw that coming.
Please clap.
I can't believe he actually said that, honestly. I'm like, oh, geez.
Honestly, the only thing that Jeb Bush accomplished in that run is he made people go from hating him to feeling bad for him.
Although I will say, before we wrap up, there was this funny clip I was watching where like this news person was asking like a Jeb Bush voter, okay, so what drink would you associate with Jeb Bush? Milk. It's not the best drink, but it's a perfectly good drink to have. I'm like, milk? You want a candidate that's associated with milk?
Got milk?
Please clap.
What?
I'm just like, yeah. Honestly, that whole campaign was just
crap, mega crap.
Is that where you got the mega crap category from? Was that a reference to Spider-Man? I knew it as soon as I saw it. You should have had crap, mega crap.
It kind of the two craps felt redundant.
Mm-hmm.
I figured most people get it like crap, mega crap,
Justice League crap. That's reserved for the most crap.
Well, the thing is, there's mega crap, and then once you kind of go down really, really far, like once you kind of wade through all the piles of shit, and when you get to like the bottomest layer, like here's mega crap, which is really bad, and then there's Justice League, which is really, 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 really bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's like having diarrhea in a rest stop bathroom mega crap.
So like after Comic-Con, Zavos was like, where's we need to get back, like where is he? And then an aide was like,
I will find him.
Sorry, I had to do the setup. And can I just say, I love that. Like I love.
I swear. And so Zod is going to be in Flash. I hope at one point he goes, "I will find him."
Wait, Zod is going to be in Flash?
Yeah, he is.
Please tell me Michael Shannon is coming.
Oh yeah, of course. You didn't know that?
Did Zod ever say Neil in Man
No, he
of Steel?
didn't. He didn't, unfortunately.
Please, for the love of God, I want Michael Shannon to say Neil before Zod. Please,
oh yeah.
For the ever-loving fuck of God.
Yes, please.
Like, come on.
They need to.
I just want to see like if I'm at a convention and I see like a Zod cosplayer and a Loki cosplayer, I just want to like take a picture of them arguing about who's gonna kneel.
I swear there was a great cosplay thing I saw at SuperCon. It was like 10 people dressed as Spider-Man and they were all pointing at each other.
I mean that's pretty much like whenever there's always multiple Spideys at a convention, so you always have them doing that.
Yeah, of course, that was so good. I love how they do that multiple times in No Way Home. I was like, yeah.
I just honestly like the way they interacted. It was just so good.
I teared up anytime Toby's song came on.
Yeah. Also, Andrew Garfield. Oh my god, he was so good. Like
that redeemed Andrew Garfield in the eyes of a lot of people, actually.
Like Toby, you could tell like he wasn't necessarily winging it, but he was here like, oh, I'm here. I'm just happy to be here. Like he wasn't putting in the the most effort, but like he kind of did enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say bare minimum, but like he wasn't going the extra mile. Whereas Andrew, he's like, this is my second chance to redeem myself. I'm not going to waste it.
And I knew, nice Snyder Cut reference, but I loved, I called it. I knew as soon as I see MJ falling, I was like, okay, Andrew Garfield's going to save her and redeem his character.
Honestly, I saw a lot of people online speculating that. So,
yeah, because that's just missed opportunity if they didn't do that.
Yeah, and I just love, they set that whole thing up perfectly. And like,
he talks about not being able to save Gwen, and then that happens.
I love how Michelle, she's kind of in his arm when he's crying. It's like she kind of understands, like, okay, he's having a moment, just like. But after it goes on, I was like, can you please let me down?
There was this fantastic clip, real quick, of like it's an alternate cut of the Spider-Man of the ending to the movie, where it's all three. It cuts to all of the Spider-Man swinging. And it cuts to all of it flawlessly cuts to each of their theme songs too. I'll send it to you after this, but it's like so good. It's to the point where I wish they had done that for the ending. I think it would have been great.
Yeah, the only thing that would have made it better is Spider-Gwen.
Oh yes, if she showed up in like a post-credit scene, she popped through the portal, and it's Haley Steinfeld or like Emma Stone.
It's Emma Stone.
Yeah,
Haley Steinfeld. She was supposed to be MJ in the cutscene, I think. So like, just imagine it's a after credit scene. You see Andrew Garfield, and he's back on his Earth, and like all of a sudden a portal opens, and like you see you Spider-Gwen kind of pop out, and then she tears open the mask, and he's like, and it's like. You get the scene where like they point at each other, they say, Peter, Gwen, and then they say, you died.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like another portal opens and the Spider-Man Lotus actor comes out.
At that point, portal opens up and Rick and Morty pops out.
Yeah. And then Batman shows up because why not?
We've seen that clip. All right, so I'm gonna end it here. So this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press.
And I'm Jared from Comics League.
And as always, remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one that's walked through it.